As of writing this, it has almost been 1 full year since Fortnite introduced its first step into becoming a metaverse. 3 new game modes: Rocket Racing, LEGO Fortnite, and Fortnite Festival. And out of these 3 modes, my favorite has got to be Festival. Created by the same team that introduced the masses to the 5-fret rhythm game genre, Harmonix was brought on to create Fortnite's spin on rhythm games. To date, they've made over 350 plus songs, having 6 instruments each, 4 different difficulty settings, equating to over 8,400 charts in total. But let's take a step back, as today I present you a retrospective and review of Fortnite Festival over the last year. Fortnite Festival is a rhythm game where you and up to 3 other people choose songs from either a weekly rotation of free songs or from a library that you or somebody else in the lobby has purchased. Once you started playing, you hit notes on the highway, increase your score multiplier, and try to rank highly on the global leaderboards or your friend leaderboards. That's pretty much the gameplay loop of Festival. This has got to be one of the most accessible rhythm games I've ever played, with both a low skill floor and a relatively high skill ceiling. Compared to other rhythm games, the hit window is pretty forgiving. Beginners are able to get into the game pretty easily, but they won't be able to get a high score. To get high scores, you need to hit notes perfectly and on a high difficulty. According to this Reddit thread, the perfect hit window is about 50 milliseconds, about 100th of a second. It is pretty strict, but obviously compared to other rhythm games like DDR, Osu, or Stepmania, it's not that bad. But as a gateway drug into the rhythm game genre as a whole, it's a really good introduction. Also, side tangent, a lot of people still don't understand how to hit the arrow notes or lift notes. They appear after regular notes, and the act of lifting your finger or depressing your button hits the note. I just wanted to side tangent. I didn't know where to put this in the script. I just want to point it out, okay? Thank you. During the 3rd season of Fortnite Festival, they added Pro Lead and Pro Bass, introducing the classic Guitar Hero Rock Band controllers into the game. PDP, a third-party controller manufacturer, also made guitar controllers for the first time in almost a decade, specifically for Fortnite Festival. Well, it was advertised for Rock Band 4, but it with functionality for Fortnite Festival, but we all know it was specifically made for Festival, but whatever. At first, it didn't feel quite right. Coyote time was non-existent, meaning you had to press down the fret before you strum. Sustain notes weren't awarding points properly, and other gameplay bugs I probably don't know about. But over time they did fix these issues, and many more. One of the perks of being a live service game. Speaking of, there are 3 things that I feel need to be addressed. This is a mode contained within Fortnite. It is also a live service game. And the pricing of songs. The very fact that Festival is a self-contained experience within Fortnite does have its ups and downs. It is a free-to-play game first and foremost. You can play with anyone around the world. Use voice chat, and you can even use all your cosmetics within the game mode. But being in Fortnite, it is an online service game, which is both an advantage and disadvantage. If, that's a very big if the game ever closes down, all your songs, instruments, skins, scores, and the entire Fortnite experience will become lost. You will also need a stable internet connection to even access the game. I still personally know people who don't have good access to internet, especially here in Australia. Although once you're playing Festival specifically, your ping doesn't affect your gameplay, which is a good thing. 500 V-Bucks per song, which roughly equates to $5. And for a lot of people, it is a lot just for a single song. When buying a song, you do get a couple of benefits. You get to play it whenever you want without needing to wait for weekly rotations. You can use it as an emote in Battle Royale and jam out with other people. You can use it as lobby music and let other players in your lobby play your songs. It is a lot to ask from the player, but here's how I see it. Arcade rhythm games let you play a huge library of songs for around $2. 2 to 4 songs per credit depending on the machine, depending on the arcade. And sometimes the machine is crowded up, so it's a toss-up to whether or not you can actually play. Guitar Hero and Rock Band also had songs for you to purchase. Specifically, Rock Band 4 had single songs for $2.95 a pop, with $60-ish packs as an option. But you can't play with others online if they don't own the same songs you do. As a 4-person band, you need to pay $11.80 for a single song. So, personally speaking, the pricing with jam tracks seemed quite reasonable, with other factors in mind, like being able to use it outside of festival. At least to me. The Big Bang event that first introduced the game mode was pretty cool. I personally didn't play it myself, but looking back on other people's gameplay, it was a sick way to introduce the game mode to everyone. Although it is still weird there are still no Eminem songs in the game mode, when he was the person who headlined the very first Fortnite Festival thing.
It was pretty neat, banging, cool, rad, dope, cool bananas, I'm hungry, I liked the funny portal.
Being the first season of Fortnite Festival, I was just happy to see one of my favorite genres of video games being revived through a very weird way. The Weeknd was the first headliner, and as the first choice, I don't think they could have gone wrong. The popular emote was everywhere for a couple months, everyone was sick of him being in the item shop, and debuting the song's music video within the game was a cool marketing event. The first handful of songs had some very solid choices. Rock Band songs like Dirty Little Secret and Suddenly I See You made me feel nostalgic, as if Rock Band had never left. Gangnam Style and Party Rock Anthem are just pop must-haves. Highway Tune, Kendrick Lamar's I, and Go With The Flow gave people like me a challenge and songs to score chase. The Epic Game original songs were also a fun treat. Mainly Butterbarn Hoedown, because that song is just funny and catchy. After that, we got weekly songs. Heartbreaker was an instant favorite of mine. That guitar solo at the end made me feel like an absolute badass after I FC'd it. Heat Waves was a cool track to just vibe to. The lead chart for that is also really fun. March of the Pigs was one of the first songs that I actually struggled with, but once I found out that the song was in 7/8, I figured out the groove and FC'd it. Having some of Green Day's more iconic songs being released in a single week was really hyped. I laughed my ass off when What Is Love came out. And that TMNT song was a song? Honestly, should have just been the theme song from the 80s TV show. Oh, and I'm also still upset that they didn't add Snake Eater from Metal Gear Solid 3. They added Solid Snake in the Battle Pass and didn't add one of the most iconic songs in video game history. Like, what the hell? Oh, and starting now, I'm making a tier list of all the festival seasons, and I think the Weeknd season was a solid B tier season. It was the beginning of the game, they were just adding songs to get songs out there, and generally speaking, it was just fun seeing something new in Fortnite. I don't know if this was a marketing stunt or whatever, but Lady Gaga was playing the long game just for this. Having a beloved artist in the pop genre with a bunch of iconic songs was absolutely amazing. Just Dance, Poker Face, Bloody Mary, Born This Way, all absolute bangers. And all of them were released in the same week. It was an amazing day for us festival players. This season, we started to see some trends. Each icon would get both a festival pass and an item shop bundle. They'd get emotes featuring music and choreography from the artists. Venues and the backstage would change according to the artist, and after each season, the scores and leaderboards would get reset. The weekly songs this season were pretty good. Down with the Sickness, Misery Business, The Ruined Sandstorm, Hysteria, Carry On Wayward Son, Transparent Soul, Everlong, Ella Bella Sola, and so on. This season we also got Fender's Stratocaster and P-Bass as cosmetics. And I got the P-Bass because I have one in real life and I sticker bombed that shit when I was in a cover punk rock band for a couple months. There was also a small crossover with Coachella, having a handful of songs that was features in this year's Coachella and festival. That was about it. It was cool. Also, season 2 was another solid B tier season. Nothing too special, nothing to complain about. At the time of season 3, Billie Eilish had just released her new album, Hit Me Hard and Soft. They added 3 songs from it, Chihiro, Lunch, and The Diner. All really good songs, but not really challenging. This season really felt like festival was becoming its own thing and thriving. Like I said before, plastic instruments were finally implemented this season. Proper marketing material was being released, and hell, festival was a part of Fortnite's May the 4th event, with the iconic Cantina Band theme becoming a jam track alongside a bunch of other cosmetics. Third verse, same as the first. Weekly songs this season include Get Low, Killing in the Name, Hail to the King, and in my opinion, one of the best weeks in Fortnite Festival. Changes, Kiss Me More, Bring Me to Life, Lovin' on Me, Starships, Before I Forget, and Toxicity. Like, come on! 7 songs total this week. There was something for nearly everyone. Introducing a bunch of artists into the game, genuine challenges for score chasers, and all these songs are absolute bangers. I remember when I told my mates about this specific week. I remember everyone was so hyped. This season gets a solid A for ramping up the hype, bringing in a ton of amazing songs, and for me personally, properly reviving the 5-fret rhythm game genre. First and foremost, I think it's obvious that Metallica's season gets an easy S tier. The festival pass included all 4 band members and all of their instruments as rewards. They gave us 14 iconic songs from the band's discography, including the final boss of Guitar Hero 3. 1. They added a whole bunch of cosmetics and emotes, more so this season. They introduced a brand new game mode in Fortnite Festival Battle Stage, really integrated the band into Battle Royale and Rocket Racing, and started the trend of creating concert experiences based on the artists. It genuinely felt like the developers were super excited to be working with Metallica, and were fans way before getting to work with them. Up until now, the artist chosen for being the headliner felt like, oh, so-and-so is in Fortnite now. That's cool. But with this season, it felt like, holy shit, Metallica is in Fortnite? Oh my god, they added Enter Sandman and Fuel? Give me Fuel, give me back, give me that shit, I hate those stupid fucking birds! The weekly songs outside of Metallica's discography felt like banger after banger each week. 24K Carrot, Humble, Hey Brother, Unsainted, The Final Countdown, Green Day's Holiday as a free jam track earned through quests, and of course, the 3 Guns N' Roses tracks, Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, and Paradise City. They really added a bunch of final boss-esque songs during this season. Season 4 was going full throttle, and it was amazing. Though, beginning this season, it really felt like things were starting to feel stretched out. Especially with the oversaturation of rock music. Roughly 2 months of overexposure of a single band really took a toll on myself and my mates. Don't get me wrong, I love myself some good rock, but it got to a point where it's a bit much. From an amazing high to a very low. Karol G was now in Fortnite. I had no idea who she was before her introduction into the game, which is a shame. because now I like some of her music, especially the tracks featured in the game. But in total, we only got 5 songs from her, and she's supposed to be the headliner. In comparison, The Weeknd got 6 songs, Lady Gaga and Billie Eilish got 9, Metallica got 14. Karol G really got the short end of the stick here. She did get a virtual concert, which was an amazing step up compared to Metallica's Fuel, Fire, and Fury. But after that, it felt like they didn't really care. And even during the season, it felt like she was undermined. Notorious B.I.G. got a whole week to himself, same as Green Day. Hell, they might as well be the headliner, since they have more songs than The Weeknd and Karol G with 7 songs. And during this time, the FNCS was happening, and we got 2 free songs alongside that event. I'm a Winner and Beyond the Flame, the latter becoming final boss of Fortnite Festival. This season, more so than ever, really would have benefited from having an overarching theme. Like, have more Colombian songs, or just artists whose primary language isn't English, or just something to make it feel like it's Karol G's season. Similar to how Season 4 was really Metallica's season. Season 5 really dragged on. Like, it felt like me and my mates were counting the days until the next season. It was a solid season with some solid songs, but it was Fortnite Festival's first dud in my opinion. C tier. The latest season of Fortnite Festival, the iconic rapper Snoop Dogg. His presence in Fortnite feels like an evolution or a step forward from Metallica's presence. Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and Ice Spice are all bosses in the Chapter 2 remix, and it really feels like they're implementing the whole genre and culture of rap into this season. Similar to how they really leaned into the metal aesthetic during Season 3 of this chapter. So far, I'm loving this season. The venue is the best we've gotten so far. A bunch of quality of life changes like adding a song timer. Pro lead and pro bass feel good. The songs they've released so far really fit a theme, mostly being rap or rap adjacent, and it feels like they're putting the same care and effort they put into the Metallica season. There's not much else I can say about this season since we're only in week 2 as of writing this, but solid S tier, just below Metallica, at least for me.
Oh, and while making this video, the Chapter 2 remix event was happening, and that event was absolutely amazing. That tribute to Juice WRLD. I don't even listen to Juice WRLD, but I can just tell that he was loved and he was an amazing artist. He is an amazing artist, and it was just an all-out amazing event.
Now, I didn't want to address this until now. This is essentially Rock Band 5. Harmonix is working on this game. Rock Band 4 DLC finally ended so they can focus entirely on the festival. The game has official Rock Band controller support, and this is the first mainstream 5-fret game we've gotten in years. However, compared to Guitar Hero and Rock Band, Fortnite Festival doesn't really have an identity or soul, if that makes sense. Guitar Hero really feels like a rock game. They have this grungy aesthetic, set lists from a bunch of iconic and at the time up and coming rock and rock adjacent artists, and they really integrated the rock culture into the foundation of the games. Same thing can be said with Rock Band, but with a wider range of songs, artists, and genres. And if you look at the gameplay of each game, Fortnite Festival doesn't really stand out and can be boring at times. The character animations look stiff in comparison, and even glitch out pretty regularly. The camera puts more focus on the venue than the actual player characters, and by default, the notes or gems are all purple. The Guitar Hero and Rock Band games also feel more reliable when hitting notes. I'm a casual player when it comes to these kinds of games, but I can full combo a good chunk of songs in Guitar Hero 3 and Rock Band 4. I choose not to play Pro Lead or Bass solely on the fact that I don't feel comfortable with the engine. But I'm not the best person to talk about this, but I feel like I should just bring it up. There are also open source and community made games like YEAR and Clone Hero, though comparing Fortnite Festival to them feels a bit unfair. Their set lists are near unlimited with custom songs, and with YEAR specifically, they have custom venues and you can even customize the engine. But as games, YEAR and Clone Hero are not in the same ballpark as Fortnite Festival, Guitar Hero, and Rock Band, so I just wanted to bring them up at the very least. Also, I've been playing this game for a year, and I just have some back-to-back rapid-fire complaints and issues about the game. The library of songs, especially if you have a ton of them, takes way too long. There needs to be more ways to sort through music, like sorting by difficulty. Restarting the song takes too long. There's no way to skip the intro animation. I've already said this before, but we need more character animations. We need a proper practice mode like previous Guitar Hero and Rock Band games. The whammy bar has no use, and when you do use it, it sounds horrible. There needs to be an option to customize the length of the highway, because that thing is way too short and way too fat. There needs to be more genres represented than pop, rap, and rock. There needs to be more of a theming when choosing tracks, like rock music with Metallica and rap with Snoop. The number of weekly jam tracks should also be more consistent. Like having a week with 3 new songs right after a week with 7 songs is kinda disappointing, no matter what songs they are. The level up jingle can really distract you during gameplay, especially during a hard chart. We need a mode similar to Jam Stage but for single player, like the game Fuser. There should be more bonus rewards after completing the music pass. There should be more frequent jam track bundles in the item shop like that Weezer and Green Day bundle. We should have gotten custom songs by now for both pro instruments and regular instruments. Where the fuck is Through the Fire and the Flames? More of a PDP Riffmaster issue than a Fortnite Festival issue, but I need to air my laundry. Whose fucking idea was it to map the overdrive button on the left D-pad of the damn thing? We had a perfectly fine place for the overdrive under the strum bar. And why isn't this controller wireless by Bluetooth, or at least wired? Why the hell are there bottom frets? No one used them, even in Rock Band 4. I'm going to kill the damn person who made these dumb decisions! At the end of the day, Fortnite Festival is first and foremost Fortnite Festival. It is a side mode in a primarily third-person shooter game, and is always going to have to compete with Battle Royale and the other game modes. Although, given that fact, Festival really stands on its own 2 feet. Like I said, 350 plus songs thus far, 6 seasons of festival and music passes, dozens of cosmetics. They revived the 5-fret rhythm genre to the mainstream eye. And I have personally made plenty of friends solely because of this game. And it's a really fun game. Also, I want ABBA to have their own Fortnite Festival season because I think that'd be sick, and I fucking love ABBA.